Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to be doing better in a caregiving situation than others? I have wondered this frequently, and I have spent the last several years trying to determine what makes one person a successful caregiver and another person not a successful caregiver. It's taken me several years to actually distill it down to a few things. Some of this information is not going to be easy for many people to hear, but the reality is caregiving is a choice. We make a conscious decision to assume the responsibilities of being a caregiver. And when we consciously make that decision to be a caregiver, when we choose to assume the responsibility and the tasks related to caregiving, it actually makes the whole caregiving journey easier for us. The people that I have noticed over the years that do not do well as a caregiver, that are resentful of the fact that they have to help somebody, that are struggling with a lot of the emotions that come with caregiving and perhaps don't take care of themselves, come to it from a position of not wanting to do this particular task in their life. And so this is not a popular conversation to have. People do choose or choose not to be a caregiver. Sometimes when you choose not to be a caregiver, you're still in the role of a caregiver, and that makes you resentful because you don't want to be a caregiver. One of the things that when my dad was very sick a couple of years ago, it's about 18 months ago now, when my dad was very sick and they ended up moving in with me and my husband, where I experienced all of these emotions of feeling overwhelmed and resentful, and I don't want to do this, and all of the negative type of parts of caregiving that many people experience. When I was going through that period in my life, I had not chosen to be a caregiver, and I had not chosen to actually make a plan and help my mom and dad in this season of their life. But what was interesting and what was fascinating to me as I look back on this journey was that the day I decided to be their caregiver, to be their care partner, to help them through this journey, was the day that everything started to change for me. It was the day that I became empowered. It was the day that I realized that if I made a plan, and even if the plan wasn't perfect, I had a path, a journey, a place that I could move towards and be active. That was the day that everything started to become easier. It is still challenging at times, for sure, but then again, so is life, right? Life is challenging. None of us are going to have smooth sailing all the time. But being in the position of making the decision and having chosen to be a caregiver and a care partner with my parents to help them in this season of life has significantly changed the entire way that I view everything that I do to help them, and has framed my mindset into a more positive, proactive frame, which ultimately puts me in the position of power and in a position of strength because I have chosen to help them. The reason I bring this up today is because I want you as well to be in a position of strength. I want you to be empowered as a daughter of somebody living with cognitive impairment. And single-handedly, after 30 years of working in the healthcare field, the thing that sets a successful caregiver apart is their decision, their active decision to assume the role of a caregiver and to work on their own thinking processes related to how and when and what kind of care they are willing to provide. I trust that you have found tremendous value from this short little program today, and I look forward to having you in tomorrow's episode. And thank you for being here